All right. Well, thank you, everyone. And hello. Welcome to our webinar, Searching Records Made Easy. We thank you all for taking the time out of your schedule to join us, and I'm really excited to have you here today. Our presentation is going to be about 30 to 35 minutes, followed by a Q&A period. My name is Corrine Acock, and I'll be your moderator today, and I'm excited to host this session. I work on the marketing team here at Avenue. And before we get in there, I want to introduce our panel today. We've got some great speakers lined up for you. We have Blair Reuling. Blair manages a Google Cloud Search business in both North and Latin America. He's been helping lead Google search efforts for the last 15 years and has over 20 years of experience. Blair's focus is on bringing Google's latest search and related technology innovations to local government. We have Chad Johnson. Chad is the Director of Google Enterprise Search at SADA Systems. He's a technical search guru recognized worldwide for his experience in Google Cloud Search and for deploying enterprise search systems for companies. For more than 18 years, he's been designing, architecting, developing, and managing projects for hundreds of clients. And we have Ana Thompson. Ana is a former assistant recorder, clerk archivist for San Bernardino County in California. She was selected by her peers to be the National Public Official of the Year and was highly known as one of the most influential and innovative people in the industry. Currently, Deanna is Vice President here at Avenue, working with both channel partners and local government customers nationwide. And who is Avenue? So at Avenue, we are here dedicated to state and local governments. We've partnered with over 3,000 government agencies nationwide. Avenue delivers software that streamlines day-to-day operations, and we provide revenue enhancement services, which uncovers new sources of untapped revenue. So let's get into why we're here today. Today, we're going to cover current challenges faced around the country. We're going to learn how Clearview Super Search and Google Cloud Search work for local government. We're going to dive right into a recent case study, Oakland County, Michigan, that became a model for success for others to follow. Then we're going to have a live demonstration of Clearview using real data from Oakland County. We're going to cover steps involved for an office to take of how they have to prepare for something like this, to take in search capabilities in their office, and what an average pricing model looks like. We'll wrap up with a Q&A session. Speaking of Q&A, we would absolutely love to hear from you during the presentation. Please send your questions to the WebEx, through the WebEx chat feature on the right-hand panel of your screen. You can also email us directly. Our team members are standing by at webinars@avenueinsights.com. Now, on with the presentation. Content is everywhere and flooding in faster and faster, creating a new set of challenges. Deanna, I'd like to start with you because you have a pretty unique perspective. This is between your years of experience as an assistant recorder, clerk archivist, as well as your experience in private industry, listening and creating solutions for local government officials nationwide. What challenges do you see the industry facing today?
Hi, everyone. I have visited many local government offices across the country, and I have found no matter how small or large those offices are, they each face similar challenges, just in different magnitudes. And then some of those challenges are the need to provide more convenience, being proactive when it comes to property and identity fraud, how to assist a diverse customer base, finding new ways to search, retrieve, and issue records quicker and faster. Did you know most recorder clerk systems search only by 5 or 6 index fields, which consists of the date, the document number, the title, the name, such as the grantor or the grantee, book and page, and in some cases, even the parcel number. And many of those systems do not have advanced capability, which means if you do not have one of those index fields, you cannot locate the record. But I think the most important challenge I see is how to provide a positive customer experience when customers' expectations continually evolve.
You know, I can't even imagine in today's world only searching on 5 or 6 fields. And that's a great point about the ultimate customer expectation. Not only are you looking at it from your customer's experience, being local government, but you're also looking at the ultimate end user experience, the citizen. In today's fast-paced world, what exactly do citizens want and expect?
What a great question. My experience dates back before electronic recording of land records was even acceptable, because people were afraid of technology and change. And today I see customers' technology confidence being more acceptable and in many cases demanded more than ever. I think that is because new generations have and are growing up on smart devices. For goodness sake, my 1- and 2-year-old granddaughters can tell Alexa, TV on, and the TV comes on. I know they both know how to use my phone and iPad better than I can. Customers can Google access information they need instantly, which makes them more informed or misinformed, whichever which way you want to look at it. The rapid growth and acceptance of private delivery and goods and services, such as Amazon, is creating customers to expect their interactions and transactions to be fast, easy, and hassle-free. So I would say customers internally and externally want convenience, ease of use, speed, accuracy, safeguards in place. They also want to feel important and valued. And customers want a one-stop shop experience so they can do their business all in one place.
Actually, today all started when you were searching for a way to meet the needs and challenges of both citizens and recorder clerks across the country. So, Deanna, you've partnered with Google and SADA to address these needs. Can you tell us a little bit more about the partnership?
I would love to, and I have to say I'm really excited about this partnership. As you all know, Avenue provides local government offices with end-to-end record management solutions that streamline their day-to-day operations, as well as provide solutions where there is no solution available. Knowing that recorders and clerks have had limited search capability within the current record management systems, we reached out to Google, who needs no introduction for their strong enterprise search capability, and wanted to leverage their experience and knowledge to assist us with providing our customers with a search experience they have all become accustomed to. Google was excited to assist us and introduce us to their partner, SADA Systems, who this year was named 2019 Google Cloud's Global Partner of the Year. SADA has a wealth of knowledge and experience in search solution design and integration, which made for a perfect partnership. Together, our teams melded perfectly to provide Avenue's vision of solving and addressing many challenges our customers face. That is how Clearview Super Search was born.
Thank you. And now we're going to transition for a moment and delve into the features of Clearview Super Search. Before we do, I would like to highlight that Clearview Super Search was actually selected as one of the top 4 innovative solutions presented at the Google Next 19 conference. Now, Deanna, would you please share with our audience what exactly is Clearview Super Search?
Super Search, in a nutshell, provides the capability of searching any type of record or document that has been or has not been indexed with a Google look and feel in milliseconds. It also has many advanced capabilities. The application was specifically designed with local government agencies in mind. It's a web-based standalone system that can interface with any current records management system. It has full text search, which means it can search any word within a document or record. It has advanced search and filtering techniques, which allows for ease of use with results in milliseconds. It has unique features that allow for electronic certification of documents by using digital authentication. It uses the Google language translator. And by using the Google Cloud interface, we are able to take advantage of the technological advances and analytics that Google gets from all of the research they do on search, as well as bring the growth of functionality quicker and faster for years to come.
Well, Google is certainly a household name. And I have to confess, I almost named my dog Google because I figured Google would know everything. So everyone's familiar with Google and Google's interface. Let's turn it over to Blair now. So Blair, managing Google Cloud Search business for the last 15 years, I can't even imagine the changes you've seen that could probably be its own webinar. But for now, can you share a little insight about why Avenue and Google's new Clearview Super Search work so well in the local government space?
Thanks, Corrine. I would love to do that. So it's a pleasure to be with everyone today and talk about the new and exciting benefits that Clearview Super Search offers to county government customers. As some in the audience may know, Google's been a leader in the enterprise search space for many years, with our legacy Google Search Appliance product being the third product ever created at Google and serving a large base of federal, state, and local government agencies, over 70% of the Fortune 500, as well as hundreds of educational institutions. Google's mission has always been to organize the world's information and make it universally accessible and useful, and Clearview Super Search is another key step in this direction for our county government customers and users. As successful as our legacy search product was, we've transitioned to the cloud now to put our offering on the same exact infrastructure that runs google.com, and so that we can more easily extend Google's latest innovations to our enterprise search customers. That's very important given the rapid pace of innovation that's happening within search and also related technologies, as we'll talk about next. Not only is our Clearview Super Search offering as scalable and reliable as google.com, but now we can leverage Google's very latest in machine learning and intelligence to provide the very best in things like related concepts, natural language processing, query interpretation, and a slew of other enhancements. Ultimately, what we're building is what we now call an intelligent index that will significantly improve the overall search experience for your county users. Now let's take natural language processing as an example. As you can imagine, natural language processing presents a very deep and complex technical challenge given how long some of the queries can be. The example on the screen is obviously not a business-related example, as we don't share those kinds of specifics from our customers. But I would highlight that natural language processing is a critical underlying technology that comes built into Clearview Super Search and enables our engine to immediately understand key filters, modifiers, and most importantly, user intent. So this helps save significant amounts of time for your county users as they're searching for any matter of documents, data, or really get insight. In turn, Clearview Super Search learns from all these natural language queries in order to continue refining the rankings of documents, assets, and data, which in turn helps your users search and get faster, more relevant results every time. So the key here is, with the Intelligent Index, the engine is always learning from past and present queries and getting smarter all the time. Best of all, true to Google's focus on keeping the search experience as simple as intuitive as possible, these latest technologies are all under the hood, so to speak, and the user performs the same searches they're accustomed to and is delivered the fastest, most accurate results. So there really is no change or training required for your end users. In summary, Avenue and Google's new Clearview Super Search solution will leverage the best of Google's ongoing innovation to provide the finest search experience for county governments of all sizes. We hope you'll join us on this journey to the cloud and offer a true differentiator for your users. Thank you,
Blair,
Corinne.
that was great, Blair. Thank you. Thanks for explaining the power behind the partnership and more about CloudSearch. That was a great explanation. So we've heard an overview about the partnership between Google, SADA, and Avenue. We have a general understanding about what Super Search and the mechanics behind it. Let's switch gears here and learn about the so what of it all for our listeners. Deanna, can you tell us about the impact Super Search has on productivity?
Yes, of course. The impacts are enormous. By providing more capability and online services, it reduces foot traffic and congestion by at least 50%, which means smaller lines and shorter wait times in local government offices. It reduces time spent searching records from minutes to milliseconds. It reduces frustration on staff as well as the citizens when they can't find a record. It reduces staff time and workload. It reduces cost in many areas of your daily operations, such as less paper, less postage, less people to assist. It provides an end-to-end audit trail. It provides more efficiencies and collaboration between outside departments and agencies, but most importantly, it provides a positive impact on your citizens. By providing built-in alert tools, records are now instantly available. They are there's much more convenience. You have immediate access to Google Maps that is associated with their name or property. They have immediate access to language translator. It provides citizens with anytime, anywhere shopping cart. And outside departments and private searching companies have added functionality and services available to them. And it can provide a one-stop shop experience. So Super Search provides citizens with a familiar, convenient, and positive experience, which is the ultimate goal.
So it sounds like Super Search leads to a happy customer. Can you tell us about a real-life customer experience and the impact Super Search has had on them?
I can. Oakland County, Michigan is a great example of why Super Search is a great solution. Lisa Brown, the Clerk Register of Deeds, is an innovative, knowledgeable, but more importantly, a truly caring elected official who wants to assist her customers in making their experience with her office more flexible, accessible, and user-friendly. When land record fraud was at the highest, she was receiving call after call from customers asking what they could do to protect themselves against potential property and identity fraud. At the time, she could only refer them to their local law enforcement or manually try to notify customers if they registered with her office. But with an office of 130 employees, with only 30 of those employees dedicated to those types of calls, and a diverse population of 1.3 million, it was impossible to manually address every need. She wanted to provide her customers with a fraud alert solution in their own natural language. She wanted a tool customers could access themselves if they suspected fraud or if they wanted to be alerted of any potential fraud or activity recorded under their name or property. Her goal was to offer her constituency these services at no cost, to provide immediate notification, to make it easy and simple to use, and for customers to have the control to register online for this service and solution for this service. And the solution was Super Search. Super Search allows individuals to see whether any document has been recorded in Oakland County Register of Deeds office against their name or property. The solution is designed to provide awareness and the ability to verify suspicious documents recorded. It also allows individuals to tag their name, which signs them up for an alert notification, which when activity is recorded with that name or property, a customer receives an alert notification electronically. Thanks to Lisa's dedication to her constituency, her innovative thinking, and determination to find a solution, she was able to provide her constituency with the tools to assist in making their experience with her office more pleasant, as well as making their community more informed and proactive in combating potential real estate and identity fraud.
What a great summation, thank you, and what an impact. And Lisa Brown certainly is innovative in her approach and what she wants for her citizens. In fact, I want to let our listeners know Lisa Brown is on our call today and available to answer questions at the end of our presentation here today. So I'm sure people will appreciate being able to ask questions and get firsthand answers from someone who's using Super Search. Now we're going to transition to the demo. It's going to be presented by Chad Johnson, and Chad's from SADA Systems. Just a reminder that SADA was named Google Cloud's Global Partner of the Year, and Chad is the Director of Google Enterprise Search for SADA Systems and was instrumental in integrating Avenues Record Solution and Google Cloud Search for Oakland, Michigan. Chad, I'm sure I'm not alone when I say we'd all like to see Super Search in action. Are you ready to switch gears and show us a demo now?
I am. Let's do it. We'll get it switched over to my screen.
All right.
All right. If you'll just confirm for me when you can see it.
I can see it.
Okay, let's get going. So the first thing that I'd like to show you is actually not Super Search. This is a county that has switched over to Super Search, but what they had before that is still available online in kind of a historic state. I just wanted to show you what the world was like before Super Search. So what we have here is a real estate document search, but you'll notice that there's not just a full text search. There's not something like Google where I just have, a big search box. You'll see that I have to know very specific information in order to run this search. And if I don't know those specific fields, I may be out of luck. It may be very difficult for me to locate. So just like Tarrant County, I'm actually going to switch over now to Oakland County, and I'm going to show you a live demo of the Super Search application running with Google Cloud Search underneath. You'll notice that we start off with a large search box that's inviting the user to just type in, there's some guidance for certain fields, but they don't have to limit themselves to that. They can really type in anything that they know and start to find some documents. So I'm going to run through a quick example here where I might search for a person's name and the type of document that I'm looking for. I hit enter, and you'll see that here in about a quarter of a second, we found hundreds of documents that matched the keywords that I typed in. Didn't have to be very precise because I'm given some options here to refine the search after the results load. I can kind of narrow down to just the document type that I want and maybe just the individual that I'm looking for. And you'll notice that I've very quickly gotten down to just 2 precise documents that I was looking for. If I was a power user that does this day in and day out, doesn't want to go through that process, I just want to point out that there is an advanced search available that has all of the available indexed fields. If someone knows those values and wants to type them in, I could do, for example, let's see, actually I'll do the grantor of Clark Kelly, and I'll select the warranty deed as the document type. Yeah, that looks good. So we hit search. And you'll see that I've gotten a narrow set of results very quickly. It got me directly to the ones that I was interested in. Showing you a little bit more about the interface here, you'll notice that we have a tabular view that's showing me quickly a summary of the results that were found. We do have other views that give you more information. This one lets you kind of tab through the additional metadata for each document. And then there's even an expanded view. I have to scroll a little bit more, but you'll see that I can kind of visually inspect everything that we know about these documents all at once as I scroll through them. I'll point out that we also have a language translation to help members of the county that speak other languages be able to use this interface just as easily. all of the fields within the document are translated for them and makes that experience easier for them to use. Showing you a few more things that are here on this page, you'll notice that as I move my mouse over a document, I start to see a preview of the electronic copy that would be available to me. If I click on this and open the document, you'll notice that we allow people to add to cart. This is their ability to purchase that electronic copy of the document. Click Add to Cart, and you'll notice that there is a checkout with PayPal available. Within a few minutes, they can have that document electronically mailed to them. Another feature that Super Search and Avenue offer through this tool is the ability to purchase an electronically certified copy of the documents. This is also quite unique. The electronic copy is visually inspected by the county recorder and verified for its accuracy and authenticity. And when that electronic copy is sent to the customer, a token, a numeric token is printed at the top of the letter that verifies the authenticity of the document. If they send that document to a bank or a financial institution, that institution can come back to this website, type in that token, and they will confirm that the document is exactly the same as the one that they were presented electronically. The last thing that I want to show you is what I think is really one of the most compelling features of this application. It was that ability to register for these alerts, to detect fraud before it's too late. So let's say, for example, that this record is my property. You'll notice that there is an icon here that I can click, and it's going to start filling out a form here where I'm signing up for an alert. My property identification number is the search that it's going to do. You'll notice that as of today, as of August 22nd, there are 18 documents filed that match this PIN number. What's going to happen behind the scenes is that every night, Super Search will rerun this search for you. And if a new document is found, you will get an email that lets you know that a new document was added for your PIN number. If you didn't do that, if that was a surprise to you, then you would have been notified very early that something fishy was happening. When we go through this process, I've actually already got one for this document. You'll notice that under My Alerts, you'll see here an inventory of the alerts that I've already subscribed to, and these are going to be emailed to me daily if any new documents are added.
Wow, that's great.
And you'll see that I'm searching here by the PIN number. We've talked a little bit about this being powered by a Google search. I'll mention that you don't have to search for just those indexed fields when you sign up for alerts or you look for a document. Let me give you a very quick example before I sign off of something that's not found in one of those indexed fields. This happens to be a gentleman's name that is a notary public in the county, and his name appears inside some of the documents, but not necessarily in the metadata, not in the grantee or grantor, one of the indexed fields. I'm going to highlight an example here where you see just some text from within the document mentioning this person's name. So kind of going back to that Google ease of use, I just want to emphasize that you can search very precisely, but if you're not exactly sure what field to search by, it's something that maybe just occurs inside the document. All of that is being searched by Super Search. All right, we're available for any questions if anyone has them at the end, but at this point, I will hand the screen back.
Thank you so much, Chad. That was a great demonstration. I always think seeing is believing. So it looks fast, pretty easy enough for me to use. So I'm going to switch back controls now, and we'll delve into what it would take for an office to prepare for something like this. All right. All right, can everyone see my screen?
Yeah, it's back.
All right, thank you. So Deanna, back to you. If somebody wanted to implement Super Search, what would they need to know and have ready And how does pricing work?
Customers need to know their records. Many of their records date back to the 1800s, so it's important for us to know how far back do they want to search. Do they want to search 5, 10, 15, or do they want 5 or 10 or 15 years, or do they want to go back to the beginning of time? Then we need to know how many records do they have within that time frame. We also need to have a breakdown of how many records, how many pages, and how many queries you do daily, monthly, and yearly. And then have your records been indexed? Have they been OCR'd? If so, do you have text files that are available to use? Are the records in proprietary format? But most importantly, do you have someone who knows your records and systems, your historical systems, that would be able to assist with the process? And finally, call Avenue to set up your demo and ask any questions that you have. The standard implementation depends on the size and the complexity of the jurisdiction, but ranges anywhere from 6 to 6 months, with an average installation being about 3. And the standard pricing model is what you see on the screen. There's an Avenue license fee, a Google license fee, maintenance and support, and hosting fees. And again, depends on the size and complexity of the jurisdiction.
Thank you, Deanna, for explaining the steps. So we've covered a lot of ground today. Deanna, what are the 4 takeaways you'd like for our listeners to remember about Clearview Super Search?
Well, if I had to think of the 4, I think the benefits of Super Search is it's a new way of searching records that will improve your citizens' experience. It allows employees to be more productive and less frustrated with increases, and it increases staff productivity. It provides more convenience by providing instant access to records. Super Search provides opportunities to bridge gaps and enhance communication between internal and external offices that streamlines G2G collaboration. That's what I would think the benefits are.
Those are great takeaways. Thank you. So it is time now for some Q&A. So I want to remind everyone to please you can keep sending your questions. We're still able to take them. You can use the WebEx chat feature to the right-hand side, or email them to webinars@avenueinsights.com. So we have a few questions here ready. And it looks like our first one here is for Lisa Brown. And Lisa is the county clerk and register of deeds for Oakland County. And she hasn't had a chance to speak yet. So I wanted to say, Lisa, welcome. And thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
It is nothing like hearing it straight from somebody who's using a product, good, bad, or indifferent. So first question for you. What type of response has your constituency had to Super Search?
Oh, it's been very positive. I received a call from a constituent who said they finally felt like they were getting something for their taxpayer dollars, which I took as a huge compliment.
Wow.
And I get people asking me why other counties don't have it. Like, this is so great. Why doesn't everyone have it? And, I have to shrug my shoulders, but because everyone should have it. So, but it's been very positive for my constituents.
That is great. Thank you. All right. This one is a Google question. So Blair, let me give this one to you. Why did Google partner with Avenue?
Sure, Corinne, great question. So I think most people, we like to think that we are a widely recognized leader in search, meaning Google. But that doesn't make us the expert in everything. Think of us as sort of an online Alex Trebek spitting out answers to people. But we recognize that Avenue Insights is a premier thought leader and solutions provider to county government customers, and it would be just a tremendous marriage of expertise, collective expertise, and technology to provide a very tailored solution to your customers. So again, we sort of provided the search technology, but there's a whole lot more that's going into this solution that we think is hopefully nailing it for county government customers, and sort of underscoring even the bigger partnership here that's going on. Is I really need to emphasize the value that Lisa Brown and Oakland County have brought to this, because ultimately we're trying to build a solution for the people, meaning we wanted to create something special that's very tailored to county government customers. And even as much expertise and technology as Google and Avenue have, having someone like Lisa so closely involved was just a tremendous benefit for the solution.
Great, thank you. Thank you very much.
Sure.
Next question, Lisa, you're popular. This next one is for you. How has the fraud alert system made a difference in your county?
How has it made a difference? It's been incredible. So when I came into office, I never could have imagined I would see as much fraud as I have. We've actually had homes stolen in Oakland County through fraudulent documents. And I kept seeing all these commercials like check your credit report, check your credit rating. And I thought, no one's ever checking the title to their home. And that's usually their biggest financial investment. And I thought, I've got to do something about this. And even if someone checks their title once a year, that's not enough, because something can happen at any time. And like I said, we've had homes stolen. So I think this program has been great. As a public official, I want to do everything I can to assist my constituents. And I think that the fraud alert has been a great program to empower my homeowners so they know what's happening with their property.
That's amazing. I'd never realized that a home could be stolen.
Yeah, it's crazy. I've seen some really crazy stuff.
Wow. Well, thank you. All right, this next one, I think it's a Blair or Chad. I'll let you guys decide which one. But the question is, does Clearview Super Search have the ability to read data from databases?
Yeah, I'll take that. Maybe explaining a little bit of what's under the hood here without going too technical, but CloudSearch is a search engine that's powering Super Search. CloudSearch has a very wide range of capabilities. We're indexing data and documents, and it's not like Google on the web where it's only searching web pages. As a matter of fact, Super Search is essentially indexing data from a database here. We're feeding in copies of the documents, and we're feeding means kind of pushing up to Google Cloud Search so it can be indexed. We're feeding up a whole host of properties, attributes about these documents. I think that the Oakland County database has somewhere around 75 fields available for each document, that if they're populated, if the recorder and the county have populated those fields, they're being sent to CloudSearch as well. So the short answer is yes, we can index data from databases, and that is actually kind of part of what's happening under the hood.
All right, thank you. And so there's a follow-on question, which is Clearview Super Search. Can it work with any ECM? Enterprise Content Management System?
Let's see. Corinne, is Suresh on to answer that? I think he was prepared to answer questions like that, because I think the integration is possible. I don't want to rule in or out any particular content management systems, but if he can confirm that integration, that would be great. If not, we can take that question offline and get back to them. But I think the short answer is yes.
Absolutely. And I know in working with different local government agencies, a question that's come up is, will it work with my system? Not the system that they have on hand.
That's right. That's kind of part of the implementation, is going in and connecting to where the documents are stored and getting them into this index. This is a this is a really good answer to that question. This is an overlay on top of whatever the county has for storing the documents. This does not replace what they're using to store the documents. This is an adjunct or an addition on top of what they already have.
Exactly. It's a web-based standalone system that will interface with any other vendor's solution. So they do not currently have to have Avenue's solution. They could have any other vendor solution. We could go ahead and interface this on top of that.
All right, great. And then I think we have time for a couple of more questions. Blair, this one looks like it's for you. I think it's you. You had referred to this as an intelligent index. Why? Blair?
You know what? If Blair's mic isn't working, I can take a shot at that.
Okay.
Give him one more sec. No? Okay. Yeah, so there's a lot of things that are going on under the hood. We've used that analogy quite a bit. I think what we mean is that, first of all, from the user's perspective, they don't have to be search experts to use this. They can ask the query, the question kind of in the way that's intuitive to them. Google Cloud Search is doing a lot of sophisticated stuff behind the scenes. The intelligence is using awareness that they've learned from scanning the web, from organizing the world's information. They've learned that words like property and land and home are all somewhat synonymous, or at least in the right context, they might mean the same thing. And people may ask, I need the deed for my land, or I need the deed for my property, or I'm looking for my mortgage deed. And those are really three ways of asking the same thing. That's one example of the intelligence that's happening under the hood in Cloud Search. And like I said, it is coming from years and years and years of learning that Google has done on information and information retrieval.
All right, thank you. And we have time for one last question. Again, this one's going back to Lisa. Lisa, since you've had a chance to be up and running now with Super Search, how do you really feel about it, and would you recommend it to a fellow recorder?
Oh, absolutely. I love it. It is one of the best things I have done since I have been in this position. Hands down.
All right. Well, that is good to hear. So that is what we have time for today. I want to thank you, Lisa Brown, and to our great panel. We appreciate you sharing your time, insight, and expertise with us today. We've seen how Super Search has impacted Oakland County, and now it's time for you to see how it can impact you. So please go out and schedule a free demo with Avenue today. We are standing by. On behalf of Blair, Chad, Lisa, and Deanna, as well as the team here at Avenue, we thank you for joining us and taking time to view our presentation. My name is Corrine Aycock, and I hope you have a fabulous day.